The Con Game, a lecture on illusion, status, and the traps we defend. By Rue. There's been a con game played on mankind. Not by aliens, not by spirits, not by fate, by men. And the con was simple. Convince people to chase what does not free them. Then convince them they are winning. From childhood, you are handed illusions dressed as goals. Money, status, celebrity, vanity, material accumulation, perception, not purpose, not clarity, not alignment, perception. You are taught that success is being seen, that wealth is being displayed, that importance is being acknowledged, that power is being envied. And so people grow chasing reflections instead of reality. Look carefully. Money is paper, numbers on screens, digits agreed upon. Yet people sacrifice health, integrity, relationships, peace, for something that does not breathe. And here's the twist. Even most of the rich are enslaved, especially the rich who must prove they are rich. There are black millionaires spending half their lives trying to demonstrate how wealthy they are. Cars, chains, watches, clothes, houses, all signaling. Signaling to who? Other enslaved minds. Because the con game says, if they see it, you are it. But if you must constantly prove it, you are owned by perception. That is not wealth. That is dependency. There are traps everywhere. The money trap, the celebrity trap, the validation trap, the outrage trap, the ideology trap, the self-righteous trap. Religion handed many people self-righteousness. Now they feel powerful defending something they have never tested. They defend doctrines. They defend institutions. They defend stories, even when evidence contradicts them, even when their own intuition questions them. Because the trap is deeper than belief. It is identity. Once belief becomes identity, you are no longer protecting truth. You are protecting yourself. And that is the con. The con game works like this. Create a symbol. Attach emotion. Attach identity. Attach tribe. Attach fear of losing tribe. Then sit back. People will defend the trap themselves. Look at materialism. A person buys something expensive. They feel elevated, not because the object changed them, but because others might see it. The illusion of being seen becomes the currency. You are not chasing the object. You are chasing perception. Perception is the trap. And the system knows this. It feeds you comparison. It feeds you insecurity. It feeds you aspiration. It feeds you envy, then sells you the solution. Clothes, status, followers, views, titles, degrees, luxury. All temporary upgrades to a restless ego. And here's the real con. You are never allowed to arrive, because arrival would end consumption. If you truly felt complete, the machine would starve. So the con game keeps you almost satisfied, almost rich, almost famous, almost respected, almost validated, never free. Even activism can become a trap. You can defend an ideology not because it is correct, but because it gives you moral elevation. Self-righteousness feels like strength. But self-righteousness without examination is ego in disguise. The ego loves to feel right. The ego loves to feel superior. The ego loves to feel informed. The ego loves to feel chosen. The con game feeds the ego constantly, because an inflated ego is easier to steer than a grounded mind. And understand this: none of these traps were created by creation. Creation does not advertise. Creation does not compete. Creation does not compare. The sun does not care who is richer. The ocean does not care who has followers. The forest does not care who is trending. Nature thrives without vanity. Only humans perform for mirrors. The con game is not about stealing your money. It is about stealing your attention, your identity, your perception of what matters. Once your attention is owned, your life follows. So what is the exit? Not poverty, not isolation, not rejection of success. Clarity. See the trap for what it is. Money is a tool, not worth. Status is a perception, not value. Religion is a story, not proof. Celebrity is attention, not substance. And the moment you stop chasing illusions, you begin living intentionally. The con game survives on unconscious pursuit. It collapses under conscious observation. You do not need to hate wealth. You need to stop worshiping it. You do not need to reject belief. You need to examine it. You do not need to attack the system. You need to stop performing for it. The greatest rebellion is not loud. It is internal. It is refusing to let illusions define you. It is choosing substance over spectacle. It is choosing alignment over applause. It is choosing life over performance. The con game only works if you keep playing. Stop playing and watch how quiet it gets. Ashe.